morning everyone, and welcome to the channel Ratnakar Diaries. And in this video we are going to talk about the experience of owning a Triumph Tiger 660 for past 3 months, and I have clocked around 5,000 kilometers in it. First, talking about the looks and appearance of the bike. Front parts appears to be beautiful, and you'll get a two headlights. One is for low beam and one is for high beam, and you'll get a large windscreen which is adjustable, but it's a bit tricky when you're not used to it. Once you are used to it, it's so easy that you can easily do it up and down. Coming to the brakes, 310mm dual discs and double caliper Nissins are used. Earlier I thought that Brembo would be much better, but I don't have any complaints with the Nissin braking. They are totally fine. And talking about the engine, this is 660 triple. I am in love with the triple now. This is so good and so smooth. Exhaust which is placed under the belly, I think that's not the good position. And an oil sump here which you can see here, this black one. Yes, this is the oil sump which is placed low below, so when you are in high speeds, be careful. That's it. Michelin road fight tires which are very good. And the suspension, the rear suspension which is powered by Showa, and it's an adjustable. Turn it in the anti-clockwise direction for the minimum settings, turn to clockwise for the maximum settings, which I will be holding for maximum always as my weight is more. And here are the grips for the panniers which I have installed earlier. To watch my comments about the panniers, I will put a link here. Yes, even this is a luggage rack. This is an accessory which I have put, but with the stock you will get a grab rails which are up to here. Coming to the seat, it is very good and I am very comfortable at it, but I don't understand why this gap. It is tightly packed, you will get a small gap, but once you are on the seat you won't feel anything like that. It is very comfortable even for my weight. Okay, check this point. Yes, you will get a accessory quick shifter here which is good, but I am very much comfortable with this. I don't think we need, at least I need a quick shifter anytime soon, because I am not into the racings or I won't be shifting the gears at cornering or higher speeds. So I'm pretty happy with this as well. And one more thing, you get only frame sliders for this Tiger 660 which are like, okay, some 4 inches or 5 inches for this long. They said it won't damage your vehicle, but I am not convinced with that, and I am looking for the aftermarket options which may come anytime soon. Talking about the handle, you won't get an adjustment clutch lever, but you will have a brake lever adjustable where you can set the values. And at my height, and I'm very comfortable with the clutch, but maybe for the short riders there is an accessories which you need to pay extra. You need to pay extra everything for the Triumph. And yes, this part makes me feel weird. When I want to access the key, I have to push it like this and then turn it on. And this is the high beam low beam switch, navigation switch, and this is the select button, indicators, horn, and a driving mode change. You'll get a two drive modes, that is road and drain. In drain also you'll get a real power, but in a more linear way. And integrated ignition switch. And here you go in the speedometer, you will get high beam notification, check engine, oil indicator, and ABS. And these two are for indicators, and other two actually I forgot. Okay, and this is the gear indicator, time. You will get a speedometer here, fuel gauge, and an RPM meter. You can shuffle between these. You can enter the main menu, odometer, trip and fuel status. You will find it once it started, and oil temperature. Yes, in the main menu there are riding modes where you can select road mode and drain mode. You can do it directly here in the switch. And for the bike setup, you have indicators which are manual and automatic. Of course, automatic is when you pass 65 meters, it will automatically turn off. And traction control, you can enable or disable it, but There is no on and off for ABS. Trip meter, display setup, which is brightness and everything. I'll tell you one more thing. I'm used to the Royal Enfield Himalayan, and this makes me feel little weird because there is no center stand, and whenever you want to lubricate it, you need another person to help you out because I don't have padlock yet to lubricate, and even if I have a padlock stand, I can't carry it somewhere else. Maybe if you are doing a long drives, I can't carry it. So there is a problem lubricating the chain. Every time I have to lift the bike and someone has to spray a cleaner and a lubricant. Yes, that's it. We'll get into the bike and see how quick. This is not a small one. As you say, baby tiger or cub, it's not a cub. It's really very scary fast. Hello, 1, 2, 3. So this is not the top speed. Actually, I rode it in some other ride and I don't want to do it here. Again, I have to go for another 30 kilometers more to test the top speed because here there are so many villages. So I'll just show you how quick it is. See, 81 horses under my ass, man. So by this you can definitely say yes, right? It's not any small engine, so please don't think that, oh, 650 it's a small one. No, it's very huge. Coming to the torque, it has very low end torque. As you can see now, I'm in 6th gear and 45 kilometer speed. See, you can't feel any jerk. There is no engine jerks or vibrations at all for this. So even in the traffic you can say go in the slower speeds. There is no need of shifting the gears now and then. And yes, one more thing is this part makes me feel very awkward because I don't know why it vibrates a lot and even it shakes a lot. And at this time of service, I asked the service people that they said, sir, it's normal and it won't have any issues like that and all. But I saw there a test drive bike windshield is also broken already, and I don't seem that it will last longer. As of now I feel like that. And coming to another thing, yes, this cable irritates a lot. See, to access a key you have to go like this. 1 second. Sorry. Yep. To access a key you have to go like this, and even at some point of time at a particular position, this correctly disturbs my vision of time. When I have to see the time, I have to go like this or like this in the rides. Yes, how do I feel suspensions? Front suspension is comfortable for me, and the rear one, it depends on the preload adjustment, and definitely I'm getting used to it better and better. Actually, the rear suspension is also good, but as I'm new to these bikes and I cannot adjust it properly at the beginning, now I'm getting used to it. Most of the time I will keep it in the maximum settings because of the weight. By so many reviewers or channels, they have claimed that after 120 and all you get some vibrations. Yes, we do get some vibrations, but not the engine vibrations or the whole bike is going to lose the confidence. Not that kind. You will have some vibration, not vibrations actually, I can say, at that speeds, and any bike you will get vibrations in the handlebars and foot pegs, and those are very minimal, and it that doesn't stop you any time to buy this or to select this bike. I feel that very common, and I don't have any issues with that also. Oh, beautiful sunrise. Cruise kar raha tha. Traction control on. Why is traction on? Is that because there is so much gravel there? And woo, what a view. And as there is no switchable ABS, so it's an all-time running ABS, and traction control is an option on and off. And one more thing, yeah, talking about these muddy patchy roads and off-roads, it can handle at least these type of roads, but not an actual off-road or adventure type roads, because the tires it has Michelin Road 5, which is built very much to the tarmac, not to these mud roads or patchy roads. And it has alloy wheels. It cannot handle in proper off-roads or bumps or potholes like this. If you are going through a lower speeds, I think it can handle pretty well. And to know more about the off-roading capabilities of this bike, where I have tried it in some off-road, in some adventure roads, here is the link. You can watch this. Coming to the ground clearance, when there is a single rider and the preload adjustment is set to the maximum, you can happily go through these bumps and holes. See, you can happily do it, everything. But when your suspension preload adjustments are set to the smaller or minimum values, it will be so bouncy that even a small bump can touch your exhaust belly. If you hit at the exhaust, it's okay, I guess, maybe a small scratch and it's done. But if you are at speeds and you are hitting a oil sump at the bottom, then you are going to face a trouble. On these tires, you can confidently cruise around high speeds and do cornerings, whatever you like. They are so confident and so good. I really love the tires. But the problem with those tires on the Indian roads is, whenever we go for these kind of roads, or any sharp objects that are on the road can easily go into the tires. And I had an experience one. A sharp object has been cut through the tire. You want me to say anything else other than this? Please let me know in the comment section, so that I will try to answer them. If they are not answerable on the text, I will at least try to do a short video on that. But the things there are that I don't like on this bike is, look here. Here you see these gaps. This one, yes, while you are riding at high speed, it make a hell lot of noise. See here, like this. Can you hear that noise? I don't know why. Triumph, please fix this. See, both the sides, it will do the same noise. And the other thing which I don't like is, as for the looks, see this welding part done at the exhaust. It looks so weird, and it looks like more of an unfinished job. Yes, even this seat part, see this, it makes a noise. This plastic and this seat where they meet, they make a noise. Coming to the point, why did I buy this bike instead of buying any other bikes that are available in the market? Since coming from the Royal Enfield Himalayan background, I feel that bike has done pretty good and decent job for me at the beginning. Later, when I am into the highways and long rides, it doesn't cooperate that much, because it used to have a lot of minor issues. And that bike is a BS3 bike, which is a launched edition, which is very new at that time. There are more noisiness, more crank sounds, and lately I didn't feel that good with that bike. Uh, and after nearly riding 40,000 kilometers for 6 years, I just sold it at some point because I'm too irritated. But I didn't choose any bike at that time. After 4 months, I started for searching for another bike which I need to buy. Then I had an options for Versys 650 and TRK 502. I should admit that TRK 502 has a comfort sitting position than Tiger 660 and a better exhaust note, but that doesn't seem to work out because the power figure looked so small for me, and when I test rode it, it was not that powered enough to cruise me around 120 140 at the highways. And my priority requirement was not an off-road one, but a tourer with longer ranges, lesser vibrations, and easy going. So I just went to the Kawasaki showroom to check out the Versys 650. There, the only problem, really saying the only problem I had with Versys 650 is that the service interval, which is for every 6,000 kilometers, and I'm staying 400 kilometers away from the cities or any nearest showrooms. So I don't want to mess up every 6,000 kilometers to go there and come back. Then I didn't have any option but go to the Triumph, where they just announced they are going to launch the Tiger 660 with a pre-booking available. So directly I went to them and asked the test drive for Trident. When I test rode the Trident, I was very good, actually very impressed with the performance that was giving. And coming from my Himalayan and riding the Trident will give more blessing to your heart. Apart from ground clearance and the pillion seat, I don't have any other complaints with the Trident that felt more powerful than this actually, because this is so huge and aerodynamics will definitely fail here when compared to the Trident. So it feels millisecond lag than the Trident. Yes, Trident ground clearance was not that great, and there is no pillion seat, and I was always looking for the pillion should be comfortable. And yes, one more thing I will say, many of you feel that this is not comfortable, but trust me, even the guy with my weight and with my size can happily sit on the pillion. I have tried it myself and it was very comfortable to sit. And we have done a long tours for around 2,500 kilometers with pillion on. And with this luggage rack, you will have an extra support for the pillion, so you can confidently sit, which is again additional accessories. Okay, that doesn't come with the bike. Yes. So I was looking actually for the adventure vehicles, not because of any adventure trials I wanted to do, but because I wanted a comfortable sitting posture where I can cruise around 120 140 and sit comfortably for the whole day. So I was looking at that type. Yes, after test driving Trident, I soon pre-booked the Tiger 660. After waiting for 3 months, I got the bike delivered again, which went to a whole lot process of drama there. Okay, don't go into that details now. And yes, coming to the first service, it cost me around 6k, 3k for the oil change and filters, and 3k for labor charges. But second service is not going to be that cheap, I guess. Maybe at least it will cost you around 8k. With the brake pads, another 8k, it's going to cost you 16k at least for the service. Triumph offers you 16,000 kilometers for every service interval, even for Trident and Tiger 660. Yes, and one more thing, don't get carried away by this name Tiger, because you won't feel anywhere it is an adventure vehicle. Better I call it a tourer, because the specs it has, the tire it has, the alloys it got, I will definitely call it a tourer, not an adventure. Even though the Triumph website. It has been placed under the adventure segment. Please don't get confused, and this is not at all an adventure one. You can better call it a tourer, which is very good at it. So when I'm saying it's not an adventure vehicle, please don't get confused with the off-road tires and the bad roads. It can handle the bad roads at lower speeds, but not an off-road trail type of roads for sure. I'm not doing any top speeds now in this video because I don't want to mess up with the villagers here. So I had an experience of top speed in the previous video where I'll give you the link. You can search it here. Yes, if you ask me for the final verdict of what you experience, I'm totally loving it. For my riding style or what I wanted, it perfectly matches everything. But one thing, if you add a more ground clearance, I would be very happy. Now you just need to be careful and cross the speed breakers. That's it. No more complaints I got from this till 5,000 kilometers.